Good morning. This is Bobby Dupre with the Bobby Dupre Show, presented to you each Thursday morning at 7 a.m. And of course, the program replays on the cable services at 3 p.m. on Sunday afternoon. Of course, those of you that reach it by way of the internet, you can pick it up anytime during the day, 24 hours a day. It's archived, and we'll be on the program for a good length of time. Plus, you can go to the photo gallery and look at pictures from the last couple of years, I guess.
Years gone by.
Years gone by. So sit back, relax, whatever you're doing. If you're driving, be careful. And we certainly want to mention right away, before we thank our good sponsors, please buckle up. We see more and more, and I guess since I started this, campaign drive approximately a month ago, I promised you then that you'd have to put up with me for a minute or two each week, reminding all of us to please buckle up. We had some accidents that took place where
recently
5 people got killed. 1 or 2 of them had no belt on.
And it's like the only survivors, 4 out of the 5 passed away, I think. 4 had no belts. The only survivor, or the one that survived the best, had the least amount of injuries, was the seat-belted person. So
right.
Your odds, it doesn't say that you're going to survive a really horrible accident, but your odds are better that with a seat belt, you're the person that comes out with the least injuries.
Just to kind of put this in perspective, there's the young Lejeune boy, I think he's 24. He's from the Port Barre area, it shows. And the Barthram young lady and her son, her father was the
chaplain on the backside of the track.
On the backside of Evangeline Downs for a number of years. In fact, our dear friend Keith Hebert raised goods and some money for this young lady to reestablish her own home, something that occurred in her life that was earth-shattering, I guess, for them. No real money, but here's Keith, another one of his good deeds that he undertakes, and she was the daughter. She got killed, and her son got killed. And so just a terrible and lack of seat belts. Again, it was a terrible accident. Now,
Right.
It was a head-on, but please wear the seat belts. You agree with that?
I'm with you.
100%. 100%. You bet.
That's not.
Okay.
No debate
now we're
on
going to
that.
get a couple of our good sponsors that make all of this foolishness and hopefully enjoyment to you all possible.
How about Carl's Thrifty Way right there in Opelousas? We're just talking about Carl's. If you need medicine, if your pet needs medicine, your vet may call in a prescription for you. Or if your primary doctor is your vet, like Steve was trying to claim.
Yeah.
When he heard I went to the vet, he said, well, you didn't bring a dog, you just went yourself to get checked. You'd be surprised that I made the comment that I had a friend getting gallbladder medication at Carl's, and I had a dog with a bad gallbladder. At the same time, the vet called in the script for me, and the friend was getting the same exact prescription for themselves. So you don't perceive that you're...
Boy, Mama Ma's turning in her grave when she heard that perceive.
That's right. Your pharmacist does a lot of things and helps with a lot of different types of medication for you and for your pets and for everyone around in your family. Also over-the-counter medications, compound multiple medications. Great gift ideas. It's graduation time. It's confirmation time. It's wedding time. Great spot to get good gifts at Carl's Thrifty Way. And one more, let's go with LHC Group, Home Health Care. If you're looking for home health care, they are the folks to talk to. They've also got a health and wellness center right there on Heather Drive that I understand that I'm about to become a full-blown member of. My little boy has informed me. You know, he works out all the time at home. He's decided he just doesn't have enough equipment. So I either have to get in the health club business or just join Louisiana Healthcare Group's health club, which is the easy route to go. You can go work out with the professionals there and get good training. They've also got palliative care, hospice care, nurses in your home, especially equipment in your home. They handle the full gambit of home health care services, all about helping people.
We want to remind everybody that Slimco is having their large, I mean very large, they use the Cajun Dome in Lafayette to host this event. The doors open at 6 o'clock. I think by 7 or 8 the music kicks off, and so it's a fun party for the membership. And of course, 20 scholarships are given, cars are drawn, a lot of other gifts are drawn, and I might add that that's membership. They encourage you to attend at least for a few minutes. Also, received the call.
And they give a car away.
Yeah, well, I said a vehicle.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed that.
That's a call.
I was sleeping. I fell asleep.
Had a call, and I returned the call, and Roseanne Benoit, the wife of Ebert Benoit, was calling to let me know that her husband Ebert is in Lafayette General Hospital. Been there about a week now, if I recall her conversation, and needs a prayers. I'm not going to go into details, but it's pretty serious. It's got some cancer. You feel that the type of cancer
can be treated. We've had friends with that type of cancer, and even if it's a seriously bad, we've had friends who've come back from that type of surgery.
Good. So please keep Roseanne and Ebert and the family in your prayers, please. And hopefully he can return home and mend at home. It's so much easier, although I'm sure he's getting excellent care. The Boy Scouts annual award event has been rescheduled for July the 12th, 2014. It's going to be held at the Equine Sales Event Center. That's on Harry Gilbo Road. Beautiful new facility.
So right on that exit, right near the big power station, there.
You're going to be furnished a meal. You're going to have a auction, a live auction. You're going to have a silent auction, and then you're going to have dance music by none other than the legend, Lil Kenny and the Heartbreakers.
There you go.
And so it's going to be on a Saturday night. You're going to be able to go out, pass a good time, and the next day you can kind of schedule your church services to fit how you came in the night before.
Yeah, you go early or late, depending on how the head is.
Yeah, that's correct. And if you have any questions, Brian Miller is the event coordinator this year.
Drop us an email or a call, and we'll hunt Brian down with you.
He was an Eagle Scout. I didn't realize that.
And he's a scout leader. I went to the Relay for Life for the American Cancer Society. That was at Donald Gardner Stadium this weekend with our good friend Casey Boudreau, who helped head up a lot of it. But Brian was there with an honor guard with the Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts out there to bring out the colors and all. He just does a great job.
On the death side, forgot to mention last week, I don't know if we got into any, we get tied up, any of our recent deaths. Jerry Wayne Cormier, a young man that I saw raised right next to Adelaide and her mom and daddy on South Market Street next door, the Cormiers. And they mentioned his former wife and friend was Beryl Cormier, and that's Beryl Dupre, if I'm not mistaken, Cormier, and the family. Our deepest sympathies to the family. Knew him very, very well, and you and I have we have a few where we mentioned the little Lejeune young man that got killed in that car wreck, but we were at Swallows, you and I having a meeting, a business meeting. And up came two fine-looking young men, boys, but men, probably in their early 20s, wanting to know how Megan was. So that's probably class. Well, she went to all-girls school, but they all run around in town together.
The girls knew the boys.
Where the boys are, and the boys know where the girls are.
Correct.
So we'll get by with that. One was Mike Gallagher. He would probably be the second. Because his father, I see here, or the third, Mike Gallagher Jr. We talked with this young fella, made sure that I let Megan know that they were saying good luck to her this summer in her internship with this federal judge, appellate court judge in New Orleans. On and on. They knew each other well. And I pick up the newspaper and find out that Mike Gallagher, the father of little Mike, passed away. And actually, the funeral will be held at 2 p.m. today, Wednesday. So our deepest sympathies to Diane Doucette, my cousin. Our grandmothers were sisters. and we've never been, close cousins, but we know the relationship is there. And of course, I knew Mike very well, very successful investment broker right in there in Lafayette.
Now, he's originally out of the New Orleans area, I think.
I guess so. This must be a college picture, as J.E. would say. But anyhow, we really liked him, and we told that to little Mike, that I knew him very well.
Both of us when we saw the obituary.
Yep. So our deepest sympathies. And do we have any others?
How about a happy birthday? How about a happy birthday to Allison Higginbottom? We just passed hers in the last, 2 days. One of our, I guess you say, graduates over at the Opelousas Area Cerebral Palsy Clinic in Opelousas. Happy birthday, Miss Allison.
A death that took place June the 2nd, 2002, that would be, 12 years ago, was Nick Fakuri, one of my dear, dear friends, motorcycle riding buddies. And, of course, he's survived by Carolyn and Lil Nick. And then we're coming up on Attaway Darbone and my brother John on the 22nd, but we'll wait for those a little bit later in one of the other programs.
How about this weekend? We got the Belmont coming up with the Triple Crown race with California Chrome trying to become the first Triple Crown winner since the late 70s. I understand he drew slot number 2 to run, which is...
How many entered?
That I don't know.
Well, look it up.
Well, I can look it up. Well,
okay,
sure.
And while you're looking that up, I'm getting you out of my way for a second here. On June the 14th.
Yes.
It's going to be the 2nd annual car and motorcycle show being held over at Toby's Lounge and Reception Center. That's the Wayne Doucette family putting this event on for the 2nd year. First year was really nice. I attended it this year. In fact, I've got Ramp going to check on my little red and silver 46 Chevy pickup. I'm not going to enter it as a contestant. I'm just going to bring it there to show it because I was pushed and my arm was twisted by Wayne Doucette, my cousin, by marriage, and from the country like we are, that's cousin. And Wayne reports that lots of interest is being shown. Perfect time of the year for these car shows. Remember, I showed a big car show I attended 2 weeks ago over in Vidalia, across the river, the little river there, the little bayou there, the Mississippi River, when I was visiting at my little secondary home in Natchez, Mississippi. No admission charge. Come out, see some of the very, very nicest cars, plus visit with your friends. And we have 55 seconds left.
11 horses.
11 horses.
How about this?
Not a bad field.
Maybe you want to go and see, of course I do have a date, June 21st at 8 p.m. at the Evangeline Downs Event Center. You must be 21 or older to win. You can win tickets for Percy Sledge and dinner for 2 at Blackberry's, tickets to the concert, and a meal for you and your honey bunch. Text the word Percy to 64636. That's 64636, the word Percy. You can hear when a man loves a woman.
And we'll be coming back in a few minutes with a lot of pictures, and we're going to show our Bi-State Fishing Rodeo held this past weekend at Toledo Bend. We're going to show you a lot of beautiful pictures of Cypress Bend Hotel and Resort and Golf Course. Welcome back to the second quarter of the Bobby Dupre Show. My sidekick here, I want to start paying you. First one was free, and the second one is double free.
Double free.
Double free.
I get paid twice.
Okay, we work on 4 quarters. We just into the second quarter. I really think we covered a lot of material the first quarter, but we have a lot more, and we have 140 pictures to show. So sit back, relax, get yourself a good cup of coffee if you like to wake up early in the morning and put that caffeine in your body, or get yourself a good Coca-Cola and start relaxing. And you have something reference?
How about this right out the gate? We got the Drew Brees Passing Academy is being held at Disney World at ESPN's Wild World of Sports there in Orlando, Florida. And they bring in 24 teams from around the country, high school prospects to come in. And only one high school team was given a complimentary invitation, and I'm told that high school team was Port Barry High in beautiful downtown Port Barry, Louisiana. So I want to congratulate the kids over at Port Barre. You know, Coach Bill Dupre, Coach Mac Mistrick, Coach Paul Lonclo, how the whole group is going to go. It's a 7-on-7 tournament. Great thing. And although Drew Brees picks up the bills, of course, you know there's always bills in traveling, and the kid's going to need a few things. If you want to help, call Coach Paul Lonclo, 351-9692. But we just want to congratulate the kids and thank Ms. Verdi LeBlanc from Port Barre for sending that.
Making sure you got it.
If I'm not mistaken, Ms. Verdi graduated from Port Barre High with my dad, Neil and Guitro, back in, must have been 1988, maybe 1990.
Yeah.
It couldn't have been that long ago, you know. But
yeah,
good morning, Ms. Verdi.
we're feeling good this morning, Daddy.
Sure, that's right.
Okay, OC's Constantine, an all-star hero. Let me tell you something.
Heard about that.
He, of course, graduated this past graduation held recently from Opelousas Catholic here in Opelousas, Louisiana.
Steve.
And we have a photo of the young man. There you go. We got it now, right, Steve?
Got it.
Okay, we got a photo of him. That's his graduation picture. Fine young man. And they didn't win state at OC, but he got chosen to play in the West All-Star game against the East All-Star game. And last Saturday, he got up to bat. It says once. He could have been up to bat 2 times. But anyhow, the main thing I'm trying to point out right now, there were 2 men on base. They were down two runs. And he came up to bat and did it all. Hit a home run.
There you go.
And they won the game 8-7. That was in the final inning.
3 RBI home run.
A 3 RBI home run. So we certainly want to congratulate him. And of course, the grandparents, Pat and Ray Bello and Chad and all the Bello family are real proud, and we're proud of you. And of course, you know, he is a nephew to Anita and Dwayne Hogruder. That's Anita's brother is the father of
I didn't realize that
Logan.
connection. I got you. And
Brian.
Logan looks just like his grandfather Ray, about 6'7", about 350 pounds. No, but about 5'7", and just built like a fire hydrant. Just solid, athletic man.
One more point, and we'll get on to something else.
All right.
He has a scholarship to LSUE starting this fall.
Wow, and you know how many players LSUE has put in the pros, not just at the next college level, but in the pros. So he got an opportunity. If he works hard, look out.
Tell Coach Willis hello for us, and tell him you know us. That'll probably get you a Coke if you hit a home run.
Oh, yeah, and you'll only have to mow the grass maybe 1 day a week instead of, because when I visit, Coach Willis makes each player mow the grass in full uniform, full dress uniform, and mow the grass.
And all the grounds,
maintain the
dirt,
grounds,
the bases,
absolutely.
Everything. Oh, it's beautiful out there.
He does a great job with those kids. Really does. What you want to show? Some pictures? Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, this was a luncheon that we had last week with Brian Miller and others, reference to this Boy Scouts event that's taking place. You were there. I got up and you weren't there. Okay, I thought you were. I'm sorry.
I missed that free meal.
This picture here, they were sitting right near us.
Yes.
And that's Doc Van Christian and his wife, Karen, and Craig LaBeouf. The husband of Melanie Lee LaBeouf.
I always tease him. I said, you Mr. Lee.
And then the next picture should be a picture of Kim and
Mitch Olivier,
and that 3 youngsters, and that you see the little young boy? You know what he was just asking his mama?
What's that?
You think we're going to be on TV?
Well, of course.
You know what that means? They watch the
how's
TV
Mitch feel? I know
program.
Mitch had a little health issue,
well,
but looks fine.
he told me that. Yeah, he told me that. But I guess he's following rules and regs, and he's doing fine.
Okay.
And of course, it's that season was short. He is a wholesale crawfish.
Yeah, that freeze put everything back.
Back bad, but it's good right now. So I think they're the kind that are thankful.
Good.
And these are some young ladies from Ville Platte, Louisiana. And I've got the names, just got to find it. They're top of the list right here. These young ladies here are all from Ville Platte, probably went to school the same years, close to each other. All the way on the right, in the next, next picture. Well, no, that picture there. I need that picture there.
Okay.
Camille Fontenot is in the red, way in the back. Next is Margaret Frugier Chapman, Penny Welch Berthelot, Christina Fontenot Atelies, right. Kathy Alexander Coldren, and Louise Swallow DeVille. Now, the next picture is going to be a little bit picture in the red there. That young lady is the Chamber of Commerce Executive Director. How about that? Camille Lafleur Fontenot.
In Ville Platte.
In Ville Platte, right. Ville Platte Evangeline Chamber of Commerce. And she is going to China. So that was the event they were all cheering her on. And, you know, that's what good friends are all about. Thank you all for talking to me and helping make the Bobby Dupre Show what it is.
And how about this Chamber of Commerce? This was a goodwill tour that the Fishing Rodeo did over at Toledo Bend.
Cypress Bend Hotel, golf course, resort. Beautiful place. And I just want to mention, starting off, that Ray and Frankie is the young man sitting on the left right here.
Frankie Elder.
Frankie Elder. They were the team that made the arrangements for the room rates and, you know, block off a certain amount of rooms for us. And they saw the difference that when they walked in, new management is in place and very, very helpful and want to do what they can to make your event better.
Very good.
That says a lot. And then next to Frankie, of course, is his cousin, Jimmy Fontenot, from Beaumont, Texas.
There you go.
And there's Jimmy again, and maybe Frankie again. That's not Frankie, that's Harold, that's our leader, that's our team leader, Harold Guidry, in the t-shirt, the gray t-shirt. That is Benny Desertel and Paul, his partner, Paul Sudduth, and the young lady was just some friendly little bartender. Did a great job. Butch, Big Butch, we have some other pictures of Butch that are better. And
It's a little dark, but we got...
Sorry, that's Charlie Dupuy,
right.
And I think that's Harold. That's not Harold, okay. No, Kevin Grimmett. Kevin Grimmett, I'm sorry, Kevin Grimmett. And
hard to see some of the dark. How about this one? Let's get in the
This
light.
one, we going fishing. Friday morning, we had the Lee and Shirley Young camp over there, and we're using their boat launch, and we're using their son-in-law as our guide. Dean Valera is the guide. And this young man here is Mikey White, one of the Whites, the members over the years. There's been several Whites as members, and that family is well known and respected in the Beaumont area.
Nice,
and he is a partner to Charlie Dupuy. We're going to see Charlie. That boathouse there has an array of boats, and they all belong to Lee and Shirley Young. And that is a cottage next to the main house. And here we are, we sitting down. Look at Benny. You think Benny? I tell you what, he's a fisherman now. That's not Benny. I'm sorry. Well, that's Joe Ramey. I'm sorry. That Joe Ramey, my partner.
There you go. And the guys out there, we got some fish here.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing there. He's picking at us, I guess.
Fish.
And this is Lee Young's brother, Sherman, and Dean Valera, who was our guide for the day. And Dean is married to Leanne Young. And these are some of our fish in the next chest. We caught our limit, 125 with 25 per. And this is that's a good picture of my partner, Joe Ramey, and I've just been a partner of his last year and this year, but I've been staying at his camp for the last 15 years. That's how nice a guy he is.
Fish.
Charlie Dupuy and I holding up some of our fish. We had fun. We caught some big ones. This is Sherman again, Sherman Young, and his wife, Nancy, and of course they live across the street from Nan, and Nancy might be a relative of Nan, and Nan is Rosabelle from Church Point, Louisiana, and Rosabelle's had some pretty serious illnesses lately, and I know Ginger and Megan have been going there on a regular basis to visit.
And there's Ray Bello and Frank Guitro.
Frank Guitro's 911 man.
That's right.
Director of the 911 program.
Trey Elder on the left.
And Jimmy Fontenot on the right. And Butch, that's a better picture, Big Butch. Big Butch, Toby, I don't think I have a picture of Toby, his son. God dog it. And this picture here on the left is Judd Adams, his father, who is deceased now, is the late Joel Adams. What a character. And then on the right is Tommy Henson, who was going to be one of the golfers in some of the pictures. You're going to stop now?
I'm going to stop 1 second, go to sponsors real quick. Come back to me so I can hit 2 sponsors and we'll get back on the photos. Let's go with Dixie Storage. All your storage needs. If you got all those boats and you got to store some over here locally, you can put them in the storage units over at Dixie Storage at locations in Port Barre, next to near Catawba, if that's where you want to go, or Washington, where you can go on the other end of Catawba, or Opelousas is right in between, so you're equidistant wherever you got to run with your boats. You can put your RVs, you can store your home stuff, your business stuff. They've got climate control units, electrified units, some without, if you're just looking for the cheap, small unit, huge unit. They've got warehouses available to do inventory control for you if you want to put inventory in those places. They also have Dixie One Trucking that'll help move your stuff around between their various warehouses for you to finish delivering loads if you're a trucker. They've got certified scales. They've got a little meeting center in Port Barre if you want to rent for like your convention, your wedding reception, your dance. Handles over 300-something people in the McCormick Center there with a full restaurant quality kitchen.
I saw a big party being thrown by a graduate at Port Barre High School graduate using the facility last week.
There you go, and you also have A-Plus Glass, a sister company with locations in Opelousas and in Lafayette for your personal, commercial glass, as well as a vehicle inspection. So the smallest subcompact car to the biggest 18-wheeler. Dixie. One more sponsor. How about the Pig? Piggly Wiggly. The pig knows best. 2 locations in Opelousas, 1 in Simsport. Don't forget the one in Opelousas on the south end of town. It's got the full-blown deli. They do catering events as well. Any kind of good seasoned roast you're looking for, smoked meats, good selection. Everyone's barbecuing right now, all that good weather. You can even go there and get your charcoal. They sell barbecue pits and ice chests there as well. And pots. They got a lot of those good cast iron pots you like that come out of that Mamu area. And they also got the ones with the porcelain finish. You can make the nice white sauces, or you can make the good old dark gravies. Go by Piggly Wiggly. The pig knows best. Now, we only got about 30 seconds left till the next break. We want to congratulate, I see they've got an interim director of the Chamber of Commerce, Miss Lynn Lejeune from Eunice.
Well known to, I guess, most of us in St. Landry Parish. Very active in the Eunice community for many years.
The Eunice Chamber area there, and she's going to serve until the end of the year, is my understanding, and then they're going to work in the meantime to find a long-term director for the Opelousas St. Landry Chamber.
And we want to wish Miss Frankie Bertrand and her family
a wonderful retirement,
but a great
thank
retirement.
her for all the good work she did.
She was everywhere all the time. Thank you, Frankie.
And also,
we love you.
Also asked, I said, well, Miss Lynn, I know is going to do a bang-up job. I said, is she thinking about going long-term? I said, no, she's got some other ideas. So we can't say what, but we know she's a sweetie. She's a sweetie. We love her to death. We're going to take a 1-minute break, folks. We're going to see y'all on the other side of one.
Welcome back to the third quarter of the Bobby Dupre Show, along with my sidekick, Mr. Andrew Gitros. And why don't we go right into a couple of our sponsors?
We can do it
right off the bat.
Quarters Casino. Go north of Opelousas at exit 23 and go to the Quarters Casino and Travel Plaza. Get all your Chevron fuel. That's your gasoline, your diesel. Well lit, well covered so you don't get wet when it's raining, because we've been getting a lot of rain lately. Good concrete to keep your feet dry when you're there as well. Go inside, get all the stuff you want in the huge convenience store, from cold drinks to good old Stuckey's old-fashioned candy. You can get Subway sandwiches. You can get crispy, crunchy fried chicken. They got the pizzas there, the Brothers Pizza. I forget which Brothers it is.
Mexican Cantina.
Mexican Cantina next door, which is El Pico de Gallo.
And the little machines.
The little machines where you can win enough money to pay for your ticket while you're there. So go by.
$1,000 per total winner.
How can you go wrong?
How about that?
And if you're going out to do a little fine dining as well, you can go a little further up the road in Washington, Louisiana. Historic Steamboat Warehouse. excellent food. Go to the website.
Building built around 1825.
I don't remember. I wasn't around.
Yeah, I
back
wasn't
then.
around either, but I heard my grandma tell
They talk
me
about
that.
it.
Yeah.
You can go to their website, see a wonderful video that talks about Jason's philosophy, coming up, getting the help to get started there. A great restaurant owner and head chef.
And the man who helped him is Frankie
Elder, who was showing at the fishing rodeo as well.
Frankie more or less he did all of the organizing for the captains of these pontoon boats that took us all out fishing. And that's a job because people change. Well, they don't want to come in on Friday like they had said. They want to go fishing on Saturday. They want to play golf on Friday. And, Frank, it almost chokes him up, but then I know he'll do it for us again next year, Frankie.
But if you go by the steamboat, great seafood, great steaks, huge wine selection, adult libations. They make that Bloody Mary where they fill that thing with pickles, articles, and olives and all the good stuff. It's like almost a salad worth of Bloody Mary that you can get. And when you go by the website, don't forget, you can also buy gift certificates. If you want to buy gift certificates for your friends or for yourself, you can get online, buy all that online so you can use it to go. Great gift ideas, believe me.
You mean way back in 1825 they were offering?
When the internet came to Washington, they had to load it on a steamboat, old-fashioned steam paddle boat, and they brought it all the way there, unloaded the internet in barrels. No, I'm kidding. I can sell it now. If you want me to sell it, I can sell it.
We'll come up with a good story. Let's
go back to the photos.
Let's go to a few more photos.
How about this young man on a golf court?
This young man right here is Mr. Gary Grant, and I mentioned going to the pro shop. Oh, he says, I'll take you there. He closed up his office. He came and drove me over there. That, again, that's just saying that's the new management team that's in place at Cypress Bend Resort in Toledo Bend. Please remember them next time you want to function. And then he took us over to the pro shop. Then we show some pictures of some golfers.
Look at this.
And that is...
That's a bunch of the guys. I see Ray Bello
Ray,
in the background.
Ray, and that's Tommy, and then Paul, the three of them, a threesome. And we had twosome driving the carts, or riding in the carts. Let's put it, I wasn't driving. Benny Desertel, I think, was driving.
What happened? You and Benny forgot your clubs?
Well, that, again,
Is that what it was? Y'all forgot your clubs again?
On call, we forgot our clubs.
Look how pretty.
Oh, no, and then that's the front nine. They say the back
Benny.
nine. I went to do some visiting. We'll get to that next.
Benny drinking a nice cold lemonade.
Yep.
Oh, I tell you, y'all are just...
I mean, everywhere you look over there. Then I asked Ken Fakuri about where could I get a port. I needed a port for one of my rods that I had brought with me.
Right.
He says, we've got a brand new Toledo town hardware store. I said, really? He said, yeah, but first we got to go eat. So we went across the bridge, the Texas side. He wanted to show me across there. Then we came back, and right near the bridge, I guess that's on LA 6, I guess that is. He took us for a delicious meal. He took us, meaning Jessica, his girlfriend, and he and I. And then after that, we got to the Toledo Town Hardware and Supply, brand new store in town, so to speak. And when I walked up, I was talking about the port I needed. Don Broussard says, you Bobby Dupre. He says, you're a member of the Louisiana High School Association team that put on the function in October.
For the boxers.
For the boxers, Louisiana High School boxers. I said, I sure am. We had a few words, good words. He graduated from Landry High School in Lake Charles. And the young man in the back of the counter, who is Phil Medine, clerk, assistant manager, very helpful staff there, I might add. He says, my daddy, Curtis Medine, was a high school boxer, and he attends these various reunions y'all hold. So what a small world. I walk in, Don recognized me, Phil fits right into the conversation because of his father. Just a small world. The owner, and I don't have the owner manager, Ricky, but Ricky does a great job. They have over 20,000 different items, and there's Ken and I in front of the place of business there. And I want to thank Ken for taking me to such a nice event. It reminded me of J.B. Sandals in Opelousas, Louisiana. But they probably have a few more items. Air conditioning and plumbing, and they have lumber and everything.
The hydroelectric plant, I guess.
Hydroelectric plant. Ken was riding me around, touring me, and look how beautiful. That's what water can do for this country, and we need to start considering protecting our water.
There you go.
I was glad. I had a good conversation with you yesterday about the water. That was very renewing. Thank you. And this is Aaron and Amy Kerrville with Kerrville Toyota.
There you go.
If you need a Toyota and you live anywhere in the Anywhere, actually, anywhere.
They sell them to you.
The Kerrvilles, AB and Aaron and the staff there go out of their way. And let me tell you how busy they are.
Rebecca, I guess, is kind of the, I guess she's the manager.
Well, I don't know.
I think so.
Yeah,
she's the boss, is what it looks like to me a lot of times.
No, she does the advertising.
Absolutely.
But Vicky went to get her vehicle serviced. She drives a little 4Runner, Toyota 4Runner, purchased with them. And it was so busy yesterday that they asked her to come back today and get her car serviced, which, you know, she was excited to tell me that because she knows that Kerrville Toyota has advertised, and we do their ads that you see on all the stations.
All the stations get filmed through KDCG, absolutely.
KDCG.
And the other good thing you hate when you bring it to that dealer that they know they booked up and they make your car sit there all day long. Why let it sit? If they're not going to get to it, let you take it back and say, look, tomorrow we'll have a little more time. You can come in, come out, and be fast.
She appreciated that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And by the way, there was another couple with them which didn't get a picture, but he went out of his way to come and remind me who he was. Brent Swallow, he's Aaron and him's friend. He and his wife and I think children were attending, just a good weekend. And Brent and family, hello.
And here you're giving awards to the different guys.
Sunday breakup party. That's Paul. That was Alan before that. And this is Paul, and this is Jimmy accepting, I think, well, no, he's accepting for himself. And, of course, that's Harold Guidry from Lafayette doing the presentation. He's the president. And that's Big Butch. And there's our two porters. What a job they did. I mean, these two guys are something else. Thank y'all for coming. And this is a photo. Well, quite a number of people had left by this time here, but this group here was still having fun. Thank y'all, fella, and we'll see y'all in the middle of July over at Crystal Beach.
And there's a school board member from the Port Barre area, my old football coach, Coach Donnie Perron.
They got there just a few minutes late. Super Doug and Coach Perron.
You got the largest chickapin.
Yep. And now I've moved. I'm coming home, but I took a little bypass into downtown Natchez, Louisiana.
You came back from Toledo, bent Opelousas through Natchez. Kind of a circle.
No, that's where you turn off to go to Manny.
Is that how it works?
Yep, that's exactly where you turn off. You go all the way on I-49.
Man, okay. I'm with you, I guess.
Okay, then I just, instead of taking it right.
Natchitoches, not Natchez.
Yeah, not Natchez. Yeah,
I got it. Now I'm clear. Okay.
Now we're on the beautiful Cane
River. Yes, sir.
And the landing is where I had lunch. I landed in the right place. Let me tell you something. You talk about a beautiful facility.
And they've redone all those old buildings. Look at the food.
This is what they call a sampler. I just ate a little bit. I had eaten some gumbo.
Is that a meat pie?
See,
is that a Natchitoches meat pie?
Yes, sir. What? And they're delicious. And there's a picture of the bar area.
Nice place, huh?
And these two people were my waitress and waiter. Man. Beautiful young kids.
Took 2 to wait on you? You must order a lot.
I ordered a lot, and I demand good service, and I try to be a big tipper.
T-shirts
in the windows down the street. Beautiful walking area.
Oh, that's the Sports Hall of Fame.
Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame.
In Natchitoches.
And that's both amateur and professional. And here is a gentleman out of New Orleans that broke his own record about 4 years in a row.
Speed.
And in the Bonneville Salt race. Bonneville Salt race.
Mr. Farrington, not Farrington.
Yep, Hell's Angel. His wife's name was Helen, so he called the car Hell's Angel. And this is a little corner of an old store These are some
Sawmill
signages that I. And
Oh,
this,
wow, look,
this,
look the LSU boxing gear.
Yeah, that's.
Is that an OHS Letterman jersey?
Calvin
jacket
Clary, you bet. And,
there you go.
And in that 1955 book, I would be in that book, but you couldn't get to it to see where I fit in there. I came out second in 55.
Calvin
boxing.
Clary's leather jacket. There you go.
Yep.
And then whose shoes are these?
These are Larry Oye. Now, you know.
Larry Oye's boxing shoes. Look how big. Holy
look at him.
But he's a big man.
Then go to the young person in the picture.
The actual picture of him?
Of him.
See if I can find it.
At about 100 pounds.
Yeah.
That's not, he's got a picture of him standing up.
You got me? I don't know. I don't have it. I don't see.
Well, we had it. I saw it earlier. Anyhow, Larry at 100 pounds, there's no way you could have knocked him off of his feet because those shoes had his own platform.
Man.
Go ahead, Big Larry. What a man.
And somebody's uniform that is Bobby Swallow.
Bobby Swallow from Sacred Heart.
He won the individual NCAA national featherweight title to bring sportsmanship. He had 96 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw. How you like that, man?
Then he became a
high school coach.
Successful high school coach at Sacred Heart.
And helped coach at LSU.
And Sugar Ray, the night that he stopped
Roberto Duran, no Mas in the Superdome.
No Mas.
Right.
I was there in person.
And then there's
along
Spinks
with
and Ali.
Ryan Dupre and Kerry Daigle. And we were at this fight too.
And you and I were talking, it was both fights were there at the Superdome.
In the
fight
Superdome,
and the rematch.
yep. And they've never had, I don't know if they've ever had any since. And that's the book, There's Larry. You see, you did find it. You dug it up, got it out the archives. And those shoes go with that little man right there. I don't think he was quite.
Billy Joe Dupre.
That's my cousin, Billy Joe.
Yeah, Billy Joe Dupre, I guess so. Tied in for the Cowboys,
That's my black cousin.
And coach of Faraday for 54 games. And
Faze Mahfouz, yes sir,
coached at Eunice High and New Iberia.
New Iberia first, and then Eunice High, and of course his brother Payne Mahfouz was my principal and coach.
I knew him years later when he worked. I guess First National Bank. He worked years later in PR.
That is correct. When they opened the bank there.
Bobby Hebert. I see who else we got here. Drew Brees.
So they've got a mixture. It's really a beautiful, and I ran through it. Right. I want to go back real bad.
Mel Blount, and Rodney Milburn, Mel Ott, a lot of Louisiana, Faze Mahfouz, Louisiana folks. We're going to take a 1-minute break, folks. I want to come back for the last quarter of the Bobby Dupre Show.
And of course, we're now entering the 4th quarter of the Bobby Dupre Show. We have a few more pictures to show, several more pictures, but I want to first thank the young man who spoke with me and directed me around the museum that I visited in Natchitoches, Sean Ryder. He's the curator there and really knows his stuff.
He's not related to our Rodders of St. Leonard Parish, is he?
I didn't ask him. I don't think so. But
we'll have to call him and find out.
That's correct. We have a lot of but Sean is a good person when you go there. If you're looking for a particular, I was in a hurry and I was looking for the high school boxing, and he explained to me just how to get there. Then it was so pretty that I had to walk around and real fast. But it's about a 3 or 4 hour. Walk around slow, and then you go to what you call those little devices again?
A kiosk.
And you press that name, and it'll give a history of that particular person.
Instead of having to have a museum 400 miles long, they can put it smaller where you can look up the information as you go.
And this young man right here in the picture that you showing here,
yes, sir,
that we're showing to the world right now is brother Michael David. I said, oh, you are a real monk? He says, well, certainly I am. And I had seen him up the street, and he moves around. He lives right in that area, and very intelligent young man, I might add. Don't think I had a card left to give him, so he's probably not able to watch it.
Wow, you know who that is, really? He's an artist. I don't know if you've ever seen any of his work. That just clicked in my head. When you said the name, it clicked. He's a very well-known artist and has a lot of his artwork shown at the Louisiana School for Arts, Sciences, and Math. So now
I'm sorry, brother David.
I know exactly who that is.
We were kind of concerned about were you a real one. You are a real person and a real artist.
Well-respected. That's correct. We got it. And here we go. I see you went on the campus there at Northwest, and of course the three columns being the symbol of the university. I guess it's the old house that's the only thing I think they saved was the old columns.
Then you wonder why I'm taking an exit picture on I-49 of Clutcheville. Well, there's a little story there, and I'm going to cut it quick. The first racehorse I bought, Tracy and I went to Clutcheville. We visited Mr. Lawrence Carnahan in the large general merchandise store that was sitting over the bayou there. And I purchased Bob's Whiz-Ann, brought the horse back, didn't have a place to keep it. The Lestrapes family on Park Avenue had a little old-time barn in the back of their house on a small lot. Let me keep it there. They cried when I took Bob's Whiz-Ann over to my new ranch on Highway 190 across from Richard's club there. Next to where Charlie Doré had the salvage yard.
Certainly.
I had bought 40 acres. In fact, traded 40 acres of land with the home that Adelaide and I had on Berthoud Avenue. Charlie had the home, so anyhow, we made a trade.
I got it. I understand.
We took care of it. So let's move on because
we are. That's the rule. Let's see. We got. That's that building that you and Barry Mitchell almost bought one time.
Let me tell you, that's the best. That's the best
building you never bought.
Best building I never bought. It's still standing. I don't think it's ever really been used, and that was what, 10 years ago? At least 10 years ago.
At least 10. I mean, it's a beautiful facility.
We set our bidding up to 400,000. When it got to 400 plus, we backed off of it. It went to $1 million.
Yeah.
I think those investors out of Atlanta that bought it never made the payment on it, and it's been auctioned or advertised for sale a few times. But our feet got cold.
Rodeo Arena, they tried for shopping. They've never made it go, but it's a beautiful building.
We could have made it go.
There you go.
We got on to other.
There's a new statue.
Then I stopped by in Washington.
At Immaculate Conception
I
Church.
wanted to look at two things, and I wanted to get this water fountain that I knew was operable and was donated by the Jesse Howard family, Howard Pool Company.
Anybody knows water, it's them.
That's correct. And very religious family, very Catholic family. And then I had read about the joint project among Town School and South University Ag Center.
Southern University.
Southern University. Yeah,
they got a misprint.
South, yes, Southern.
But they got nice planters all around the city of Washington.
All down the main street in Washington. Congratulations to you, Mayor Joe Pete, and council members and the citizens. I own a facility that there's a planter right near me.
And that's 3 Mile Lake with a little sun. We're going to come back to photos as soon as I hit these two sponsors. So Targill Seasoning, if you're looking for seasoning, kitchen supply, baking, caking, pieing supplies, they've got all that too. All your butcher cutlery as well. Go by if you're a restaurant, if you're a grocery store, if you're a guy that just cooks on the weekends, if you got the camp type cooking, if you're a caterer, all the stuff that you need. If you want to take classes, if you're an adult taking classes or a child taking classes, they've got all sorts of classes constantly, competitions. You go to Facebook and look for the Targill information or targill.com. Go by and they'll do custom seasoning blends for you, help you sell your own seasoning recipes. And they've also got recipes that can help you put together. Maybe you want to use the seasoning as a promotional device, as a sales device, or maybe just a complimentary thing. Maybe, I know people do it at family reunions. They got grandpa's old recipe for seasoning. They make it all together. They put a picture of the whole family on the can and they give that out as part of the family reunion. Go by. And the last sponsor, St. Landry Homestead. St. Landry Homestead Bank, right there in Opelousas, is building a brand new location in Port Barre. Updating the old location is what they're doing, because they've been in Port Barre for quite a few years, going back to Mr. Ray Thibodeau, who I remember as a very young man. Of course, Kip Bertrand is the, I don't know what the, I guess, president of the bank, the main bank.
Right. And then Harold Totsi-Carrier
on the board for years, one of your partners.
Helped make that branch available in
Port Barre. Absolutely, and still serves on the board today.
On the board, yes.
And served as interim president while they went out and found Kip.
That's right.
So good connections all throughout.
Your memory's pretty good
Not
today. You must
too
have slept
bad.
long
I ate some
last
fish
night.
this week. You know, you eat fish as brain food.
Oh.
You can go by and get all your banking needs. If times are tight for you right now, the Homestead has been around long enough. They know what tight times are. They've helped a lot of their customers get through it. Go by. They can help you out. They've also got the big video boards around the main branch. If you go around right there on, what is that, Growley Street, you can see a lot of services that they offer, including their mobile app, where you can do all your banking on your smartphone. Don't have to have the full-blown computer. You can transfer your money, make your deposits, write checks, pay your bills, all right from your phone using the St. Larry Homestead Savings Bank app.
Suppose your check isn't good when you put it in there.
Oh, then it'll come back like anything else.
Like anything else?
Like
Okay.
any time when you bring the piece of paper, it's the same thing.
All right.
It works
I just,
the same.
just
All
wanna
right,
make
here we
sure.
go. We got the lake over here at 3 Mile. We got Guidry's Cajun Kitchen. This was over when y'all were out there at the...
on the fishing rodeo, and we had a beautiful home that they leased last year for this event, and again this year, and I hope we can get it the next few years.
Look all them pretty fish y'all got.
Yep, that's what we had caught.
And here's this young lady.
This is young lady, Amanda. Amanda finished, she attended elementary school, 5th and 6th grade at Growley Elementary while
kidding.
she was living in Opelousas. Cool. She was supposed to send me some information. I haven't received it yet. She wanted to know if I knew her grandfather in the Lambert family. It's not the Julius Lambert. It's not that. It's not.
Her grandmother would be Mary Lambert. How's that? I'll bet you. If I had to double check. Well, we'll figure it out.
Well,
worked at the hospital maybe or something?
I didn't get to talk to her too much. She was the night manager there, but very, very helpful.
We'll find out.
She's the person that helped me get internet service on my cell phone.
There you go.
She went to Safari.
Safari.
I had never used Safari. I didn't know there was a Safari in my phone.
You can get it, but here you go. Everybody sitting out on the beautiful deck there. I guess.
There's the bicycle rider of the bicycle riders, Mr. Leroy Richard. Back it up one picture.
Yep.
The man in the kind of orange shirt, my fishing partner for several years. Oh, shoot. Anyhow, my fishing partner for several years. I'll think of it in a minute. Yep.
But Mr. Leroy is a bicycle rider, and I don't know if people really realize that. He rides those, what do they call those, recumbent? What do they say when you kind of ride almost on your back? And I want to tell you, he was in a race where you ride as far as you can ride until the time's up. I think the time was 24 hours. He rode a bicycle like 24 hours. I mean, that's more than Lance Armstrong rides a bicycle. 24 hours. And I know he was over 50 years old the last time he competed in that kind of race. I mean, you're not talking about a baby out there.
Oh, no.
Outride anybody in the world. He's one of the best bicyclists in the country.
When he walks in, all of us ask him almost simultaneously, did you ride your bike?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's unreal as an athlete, and comes to retreat with us every couple of years. So,
right. And there's Jimmy, and standing is Dean.
Oh, yeah, look, Dean's cutting up with Frankie.
Dean is was our guide, and he's married to the Lee Young
And I think
daughter.
if you want to go to Toledo Bend, you can contact Leanne. Or I guess probably through the country club might be the best place, or through Creative Travel.
Travel,
and
yes.
she'll hook you up with Dean, and he'll take you.
Yep, it's fun.
And there's Benny Desatel in the background. I saw him again, but we hadn't seen each other about a month, and we see each other every day lately. We're just looking at how pretty the whole area is there.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Going up and down the hills.
This is Sunday night. That's Toledo Town.
Yep, that's the T-shirt from the hardware supply.
From the hardware supply store. And that's the front of it.
And that's the green screen. That's what we actually work and do the TV show in front of. It's shot in the studio. And that's all our photos. I actually got 144 photos in one show. Man, that's almost a record.
That's got to be almost a record. Patrick Wayne Richard, another recent death. We called him Pat Richard. He was a lawn care for my brother Cody and Wilder when he lived in Opelousas for many years. And of course, his brother graduated from school with me, Glenn Richard. His brother, J.C., a retired postman, survives him, as well as other members of the family. Those are the ones I knew well. Miss Wanda Hogruder Gotro. She was married to, I guess that was Chief Doucette.
Chief Doucette.
Cat's son. Oh, Harold.
go.
I think that, anyhow, her son is Johnny Doucette, and she has 2 daughters, Pat Doucette Leger, Ronnie Leger's wife, and Harriet Doucette Lafitte of Scott. So, and grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Our deepest sympathy. And then one other one, I had not seen this man in years. At one time, he served 1 or 2 terms as a police juror on the north end of St. Landry Parish, Lee Richard. Our sympathies to his family.
There you go.
And what about your buddy right here?
Man, D.L. Menard, Rolling Stone magazine picked the 100 greatest country music songs of all time. And don't you know, number 72 is La Porte en Arrière. And I mean, it's my most favorite song in the world. I really, you know, of all Cajun songs.
I'll cut that out for you.
Oh, it's more popular. I mean, Jolie Blanc is on the list too, don't get me wrong, but it's further back on the list. I mean, it's one of the most heavily recorded and re-recorded songs of all time.
What about this cold case in Opelousas?
Yeah, there was what they thought was just a hit and run of a gentleman on a bicycle, and they determined it was perhaps first-degree murder instead some years later.
And the bad part about it is families,
there's connections between the two families. That it was a revenge thing and connected, and
yeah,
it's not good.
It's not good. In fact, Chief has asked them to please not take this out
into their own
each other,
hands,
into their own hands. Let the law proceed.
Absolutely.
30 seconds.
30 seconds. Oh, where's your prayer?
Is that the fourth?
That's the end.
Fourth quarter?
We're at the war.
Okay. This weekend, as we do each weekend, we ask you to consider attending the church of your choice. I'm sorry. And the prayer or thought is, "My Father, make me understand always what you say and accomplish what you wish." Thank you for viewing. Thank you for telling a friend. And thank you, Andrew, for assisting.